One second, guys. We'll be streaming. We'll be starting in just a minute. All right, what it do, fellas? We are back with another Diablo Immortal PvP session, and we have finally hit Mastery Level 4. We've got more of our essences that we needed, and we are finally ready to begin into some PvP. Need to maybe fix a little bit of a build here. All right, let's see. Mental. Okay, that's not bad. Will need some willpower there. Okay. And we could definitely try on the gloom. Oh, let me know if we're going. Speech chat. Thank you for reminding me loading. And you're gonna like this loading. So, with the everyone saw that the new 2-star gym has just came out, right? Isn't the golem cute? It is pretty cute. I still really wish I would have not missed that Murloc event. Like, as a real big WoW fan, I would have definitely got all of that. I wish I could see these a little bit, though. These would be cool if I could see. But basically, this bad boy here, this Crimson Velvet, is that what I guess how we're saying it? Is roughly the new Blood-Soaked Jade 2-star. It isn't technically active 100% of the time like the Blood-Soaked Jade is, but it does have some other things, nor does it give you any speed. So that is a little downside. We've not fully tested it out. Alright, I'll take a look at it. It does also proc a fear, apparently, as well. So basically, whenever you're above a certain threshold of health, you're going to deal increased damage for like about 6 seconds. And then whenever you go below, you're going to be taking reduced damage, also with that extra fear. I have not actually got to really test it out yet, but we have made a rank 10 ready to go and to trial it out for this evening.
Loading. Said I'm an ad, can't hear.
Oh, okay. What does it give you all like one like just as soon as I start, and then it goes every hour or so? I set it to every hour. It's supposed to be just 2 minutes, so that way they didn't just get breaking into those little small little bitty sections. I'll have to look at that. Because again, I really can't control having ads. It's just how frequently I give them to you. I was trying to like kind of bundle them up a little bit more and like make it like you can do for like every 2 hours or something like that, but then you get like 3 or 4 minutes worth of commercials, and I've never once, my personal self, wanted to ever sit through that long of anything. But I don't know, you all tell me if you all want like fewer, but then like every 15 or so minutes it gives like another 31 in there.
Said back. WHYTRYG.
Alright, cool.
Said back.
Alright, so what I was saying is to test it out, I have not personally yet got to really experiment with it physically. I have made a rank 10 for us to experiment with tonight. Basically, now that we can run 100, you can run 100 of these crests at once. If you have extra that amount. Also the cheapest looking gym? You mean like graphically designing? Yeah, I mean like they didn't. I mean it's kind of scary. Not this evening, actually. So, my oldest is currently with Nana, or Grandma, and they should be getting home here shortly, or she might be staying the night there, I'm not sure yet. But, and then my youngest and my wife they're in the bed already. We had a soccer game this evening. She did really well tonight. I was really proud. Alright, so we've done that. We've got that ready to go. We can. We have to make a better amount of bank boots or something like that. So we're going to run a 4 Angment with a 2 Vitus and a 2 Barons.
Said don't forget Winds of Fortune is available.
Oh, creepy. Oh, you said creepiest. I'm sorry. I thought you said cheapest looking. I thought you were like, oh, you didn't graphically design it right. But yeah, no, it is definitely creepy. Okay. Let's see. We have to just run Condemn. We got the radius on Condemn.
Said will you be getting the new cosmetics AMD, the pet cosmetic?
me take a look at it again. I loved the cosmet or the cutscene here. Did I just go silent for y'all either? Okay. Did my headphones just shut the bed or what? One second, technical difficulty.
Didn't you change something with audio last night?
Yeah, because
Set in game setting.
I think I may need to look and see if my headphones don't actually need updated. Alright, so we got all that on. And then do I play Selfish Satyr or do I play Support Satyr? Because the real build for like the most, like honestly I probably would like this better actually. Let's do that one with shield charge and then so this is technically like the meta build I guess at the moment. I think there's only one essence that I don't have that Barry has. Oh hell. Did he change his name?
Said, oh wait, there is, you just swapped banner.
A lot of the clan has been changing their name for I just asked the clan, I said, did Barry change his name? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, great. What is it? How does Barry's... Mo very Mo problems. Got it. He's running his PvE build on. Looks like Barry got the white one. this out. I guess we'll just stick with what we got right there. A Glen would be good, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Glen would be fine. I could auxiliate, I guess, the Colossal over it. I'm doing the same shit again. Let's do this. Let me see if I can fix this. Nope, still no sound. What the hell? um, Let me try to just like straight up disconnect this bad boy. This is stupid. What's going on here? Oh, this is stupid. Still can't hear anything on that. I could hear a minute ago, but now. Maybe it's the sub. And then what do I have you all set on to? Properties, this is ridiculous. Alright, via chat. Oh, that was a YouTube comment. Let me pull it up. That's weird. I can hear. Okay, I just can't hear the game. That's gonna bother me, but whatever. All right. But what the chat was. How much did it cost me to get to 9K Rezo? That's a good question. I don't want to fully disclose, I guess, the exact amount. I've got a good idea for it. It's up there. I mean, it is not probably as costly nowadays to get that higher resonance. But, I mean, it's a lot. More than I would recommend for anyone should. We'll leave it at that. I'll let you give me one plus or higher or lower. You can give me one number and I'll say higher or lower. And that'll be all I'll give you.
Mo said like how much I need.
I want this thing off my back. I want this thing. Hide back accessory. Thank you. No, what the hell?
Mo said loading. Said LMAO.
Am I just stuck with this thing on?
Mo said K.
Give me a little golem. Higher.
Said wow. Mo said so don't worth it.
Oh hell, I never even change my Paragon, did I? Nope. Whew. Just jumping in and out of like headphones is pissing me off. Now I have headphone sounds? Okay. And now it goes away?
Loading. Said might be time for new ones. Loading. Said give me your account info and I'll order them for you.
Ah, I couldn't get away. Ooh. I think he hits like a truck, I will say.
Nickeled. Said Bruce FTW against evasion mode.
Oof.
Nickeled. Said nice push. Nickeled. Said maybe conjuration would be better than shield charge.
It could be, especially for my, like, I mean, granted, the build that I'm actually trying to, like, I guess mimic to it. I mean, I'm not as strong as the player by no means. Like, granted, I'm taking a lot of Barry's build right now. Let's see, let's find it. There it is. And I mean, Barry is extremely decked out in secondaries, and very, very strong, very high resonance player as well. So I mean, more of I was going for. I don't need to put his PvP on. First things first, I've got to fix these headphones. These things are killing me right now.
Juan. Said what's up, Krog?
What up, Juan? Okay, so that's there. That's working there. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, that's working. What? I don't hear. I guess you all hear that.
Juan. Said can you change your class?
No, I hear it.
Follow us on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok Krog Live.
Alright, let's see. I also want to change my Paragon from Slayer to.
Juan. Said you have 2 characters or you changed your class.
I just changed my class. I only got one character, one. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's try and. I don't think I have anything for my helmet then.
Juan. Said how can I do that? I want to use the guts sword but I use spear.
Then just go to. Yeah, there's really nothing I can really even use for this. I guess it just won't. Yeah, I don't have anything right there.
Pirates are evil.
The Marines
I probably can
are
actually
righteous.
leave the.
These terms
I can
have
leave
always
the-
changed throughout the course of history.
I can leave the
Kids who have never
dashes
seen
on.
peace and kids who have never seen war have different
And,
Better
values.
Blood Knight or Crusader.
Those who stand at the top determine
Uh,
what's wrong and what's right. This very place is neutral ground.
I'll be honest, Juan, for you to like farm and get yourself up.
Whoever wins the war becomes justice.
I would just I'll be honest, Necromancer would be the best way and the easiest way for you to level yourself up because you can really easily AFK farm with it. I mean, I was able to get like from 400 Paragon to like 700 in like a day or two. Just like I left it run in a farm group. But like the Necro is like a class that like has the ability to like use its summons and then it can kind of AFK there and then the summons just do the work for you and keep you active. On some, I think. Wait, what the? Oh yeah, Cam went PvP, or went Tempest.
Juan said I don't like summoners and I just want to use the Guts Sword.
Okay, that's fine. It's just gonna take you longer to level. That was just more efficient for you. Go here one. Come to West March. When you zoom and come into here, go click your map. Right here, class changer. I'm at 82. But I would think that maybe a barbarian. Well, no, I mean barbarians are going to use 2 weapons, right?
Juan said you gonna buy some berserk skins.
Is that what they're like? I feel like that's what they're like trying to like represent as like a berserk like cosmetic style here, because there is either the what was this guy's name, the good guy, or whenever he turned like demon.
Juan said what did you say? Loading. Said yes Krog that's exactly what it is. Cody Stoners. Said Ypsilon Omicron.
What up, Cody?
Said the white guy is the worst person in the world. Loading. Said I think you should get it for collection purposes.
Couldn't get mine. Oh, they got that idle going already. Oh, that's a big hit right there. I'm gonna die here. Oh, I couldn't get it off in time. I couldn't get up. No, we couldn't hold it. Am I running the bellet? Yes, I am. I'm running a rank 10 of it. Let's see. I mean, it's not doing bad for me. I mean, it's, I can tell. I mean, granted, having mastery now is super nice as well.
Arise.
Loading. Said dies at PROC chip. Loading.
Yeah.
Said does.
Well, I would assume, I mean, it's a fear. So I also have, I do have the, right here, Judgment. I need to get more than one, but hits on enemies suffering negative effects causes them to stun as well. So I've got like other ways of proccing chip. And I mean, I wouldn't say anybody it should be worth it for that case. I mean, it's a lot of money for that portion of it, but also you can technically, if you are someone that I guess wants to put in a little bit and see how far it could like take you, I guess I can show you, I guess, some recommended, like if you are gonna purchase some things, and again, I'm not ever suggesting to anybody to purchase anything, but if you are someone that I guess does, making sure that like don't waste your money on like other silly bundles or whatever, that kind of stuff. Definitely looking at the Prodigy's Path is your best bang for your value. I mean, you got 400% extra value. You're gonna get sellable orbs, greens, keys, you'll be able to get more secondaries. I mean, now the first Prodigy's Path, it's nice. It definitely gives you a lot of mats to upgrade yourself really fast, but you don't really get the sellable, these orbs are what is going to make it where you can actually kind of run the market a little bit, which they do have a lot more ways to like make profit now for free-to-play players by selling like Terror Rift essences, of course familiars, selling secondary gems, challenge with. though, anyway. Alright. Damn it, I couldn't get out of that.
Loading. Said, is this the ideal build you want, or you missing a couple essences for it?
There's one other essence that would be a lot nicer if I had. It would basically blind people with my condemn as well. That one is one that I would prefer to have. And like I said, the main build, I guess they're like buried in the rock,
Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. Wipe that smile off your face. Stopping black, is that your only goal? You think it ends there? Think about the next fight, in a year, or 5 or 10. Or think about your pride. If Saiyan blood flows in your veins, if you're my son as you claim, then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone. You'll be the best, or you'll be nothing.
No arrow. But I mean, like, I am dropped down a little bit, like to like 8.2 or 8.3 or 8,300 or so resonance. Let me see what I'm at. 8,273. I mean, that's because this thing's still a rank 7, 4 out of 5. This thing's 4 out of 5, but it's rank 10. And then, of course, and then me adding this rank 10 new 2-star in here, which is really nice. And I mean, I did get myself up to around 7,143 potency. Armor building now is still pretty low.
You can ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you are greater than your circumstances.
I did also took some advice, and I did, well, now that they have it, this is like the nicest thing for me. I did change my reforges. So I've made a PvEV one that I kind of had for my old ones because I had like really worked to get those like perfect out rolls. Alright, so here we go. So on my loadout PvE, I can actually swap these now back and forth. So this is my regular PvE one, and I rolled these all today for my loadout 2, which I'm going to label these all up PvP. And I went with the Jolt set, deals some damage to players, and also damage to PvP players and all of them.
Celebrating with a bottle, boom, whiskey, no gelato. Drake said it is a motto, cause I started from the bottom, going straight for the top. Pull the trigger when they acting up. When I open, call me Fetty Wap. Big Sean, all I wanna squat. Bad boys on the young puff, 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 bad boys on the young puff.
So I did change all those, so I am stunning people a lot more. I'm got a lot more damage reduction from, or at least I have like about 5% player damage reduction already stacked up. Had an OG battle right there. Damn, I couldn't. Ah, I couldn't get over it. Yeah, I was getting sleep on it. Keep it going. I can make this cap.
Juan said, could you help me next week to do the heliquary? I just don't find party and I can't face the strongest bosses by myself.
Yeah.
It's very sexy.
The only thing I'm seeing I'd like to put an amend on, perhaps a little more room here for the fixins. You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh, we're gonna have a lot of fixes.
We're gonna have so many fucking fixins up in this motherfucker.
Ah, I couldn't get it off. Come on. No. Push, boys. Push. Push. Oh, it was so close. Juan, if you could wait for like 30 minutes, I can help you do it right now. Or help you do it in 30 minutes, I can. All PvP ends by then. Damn, it was a close one right there, Cap.
Captain Annoyee said GGS was close indeed.
Damn it.
Juan said I just killed the bosses of this week.
Alright, so you got... Wait. For like the last... For the... Like... I guess honestly, you probably need to have somebody help you get like the rest of your health unlocked. Oh, I gotta finish the stupid message right here. More or less, I was going to say, I can tell that the other like changes for things make me a lot more survivable. Now Captain and I are going against each other. I'm just gonna die to that dot.
Juan said, where can I farm AFK faster?
You need to get a group first. You gotta get a find a group. I'm dead here.
Juan said, how can I get 5 stars legendary gems or at least stars?
How can you get a 5-star legendary gem or at least 3 stars? Oh, so it's like you need to one. I mean, like there's so much that like you really can do to actually get yourself those free crests. It's something that I probably need to like show you more than like be able to, I guess, just fully explain it. But I mean, you can get a few crests each week with oh my god, we need some dispels. They just have so many more barbs. I can't like get up in there with But yeah, I mean, you can get over at the Rift or at the Hilts vendor, you can buy 1 bound crest a week. You can also, if you do your raids, you can go, especially if you do them with your warband, you can go to buy 1 to 2 crests at the vendor right next to the Elder Rift a week. If you're in a clan, then you can also get one from the your Accursed Towers a week. You can also get one from, if you become an immortal, you can get an extra one that way. You need these though, one.
Pirates are evil. The Marines are righteous. These terms have always changed throughout the course of history. Kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong
Juan.
and what's right.
Said, is your warband full?
This very place is neutral ground. Justice will prevail, you say? Well, but of course it will.
I can check.
Whoever wins the war
I don't run the warband.
comes.
Coach runs the warband. He might, just because he knows you're not gonna probably cause a problem. And you would, granted, what's your Paragon right now? You wear like 380 or 390, and you're up to like 4. I saw you the other day. You've been actually trying to farm, I can tell. But you're at 521 now? Look at you go. And you don't know how to like lazy farm or any of that, so I mean you've been pretty diligently trying to farm.
WHYTRYG. Said been farmin'.
Yeah, he has. out here, maybe. Die.
Juan said, can I change the gems after I awaken an item?
Yeah. Can you? I think you said what I thought you said. I believe yes. Yeah, you are able to. I'm already gonna screw here though.
Juan said, so it doesn't matter if I awaken an item with a 2 stars gem.
Not at all. Or a 1-star gem, you can awaken it.
It's brutal. Said ITLL have to be at least ranked to keep the awaken bonus.
It'll have to be yes. But also, once you awaken it, so like, you can awaken a slot, and then if it doesn't have, I guess, the essence that you want, I mean, you want to awaken all of them, but it does need to have at least a rank 4 left back in it to stay awakened and active. That is true. Damn it. I'm either like tempted to like put in the auxiliary of this colossal, or maybe like a spike bolt for a little extra survivability. I could even run. Could run that, and then run a. So I got a 2 blue, 2 Bithus, 2 Barons, and a 2 Ignite.
Juan said, is the Behelit good for Blood Knight?
One. The Behelit is probably going to be the number 1 2-star gem that is out there. Only saying that because the number 1 gem in the game, I will stand by this, only because A blood-soaked jade, like I would, if you save up your pearls, make sure that you get a blood-soaked jade. Then the next one you probably want to do is maybe like an RC for like the 2 like 5-star gems that you maybe want to run. You don't have to run that many 5 stars, but I would definitely recommend a blood-soaked jade. Blood-soaked jade, of course, is going to basically be 100% uptime, giving you basically either increased damage while above a certain threshold of health, or a decreased amount of damage taken while below a certain, or by basically below, let's see, what is it, below 50% health, and then also gives you extra movement speed. Now this new gem, while this bellet is active, basically while you're above 50% life, you will do increased damage by like 30% for 6 seconds, and then when you take damage below 50% life, you will gain the mercy and reducing the damage you take by 30% for 6 seconds when the bellet triggers its release. It also will fear off enemies. So it's a great PvE. It's going to be a great PvP gem. They do that a lot with like kind of making like a younger sibling from a 5-star to the 2-star depending on certain gems. So I mean, right now I'm wearing it and I'm loving it. I mean, it seems to hit pretty freaking hard. Which was the other one that I want then? Extract.
Arise.
Enemies defeated. Red light, yeah, this is what I want. Oh, I wouldn't mind that if I even got that. The Colossal would actually be nice just because it like widens out my range. I need to also salvage some of this crap. So yeah, well, the new gem, definitely worth getting and or crafting. The way that I got mine to rank 10 was simply running these type of crest, which if you will come up here every single day, you get one basically green crest every single day for free. You can also buy like 3 or so of them up at the Hiltz vendor. That is scary looking. What is happening to my character right now? Okay. That's weird. But you can come up here and you can add these, which the reason I've been running them, I can add up to like 99 because I've stacked up so many because they really weren't worth a bunch for me. But now I've realized like they are worth a lot because one, they allow you to get these crystals right here, which allow you to create any 2-star gem or 1-star gem, I believe, that you want. I think it makes 1-star gems. I don't know that. I actually haven't. I think it does actually. This is the scariest my person has ever looked. If I stay that way, it's gonna be pretty dope. Nope.
Juan said, is it good to upgrade legendary gems?
Yes, but it depends on which gem that you want to upgrade and which gems that you're eating for fodder. Alright. All Chads, if you're in the chat.
Darren Hollander said, Mark here.
What up? Come on. Oh, I couldn't get my bubble off in time. Damn it. Damn it, I couldn't get that health button. I gotta get on the left side. That dispelled me.
Juan said, what do I have to do every day?
You go up to the Elder Rift and just go up there and like click on the door and it'll give you one for free.
There was a moment when you actually said you gave up. Surrender is an outcome far worse than defeat. Wipe that smile off your face. Stopping black, is that your only goal? You think it ends there? Think about the next threat in a year or 5 or 10. Or think about your pride. If Saiyan blood flows in your veins, if you're my son as you claim, then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone. You'll be the best, or you'll be nothing.
Juan said I'm talking about every day in general.
Yeah, you want to go up there and get your Elder Rift crest, your green Elder Rift one every single day.
In the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about
Darren
yourself
Hollander
that you don't know right
said, what
now.
are you doing with shield
What you
charge,
will
dude?
realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is
It's really the only thing I could actually get to make all the essences work that I had.
what you will realize is that you are greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim.
You think falling would be better?
It's not over until I win.
I just won the fucking lotto, celebrating with a bottle, boom, whiskey, no gelato, Drake said it is a motto, cause I started from the bottom, going straight for the top.
Darren Hollander said, I think it's cool you're just off meta. Darren Hollander said, but so am I.
Well, I mean, like, at least what I'm looking at for. I mean, like, if I'm like looking, I guess, at varied build and that kind of other stuff. And meta technically is. The meta is actually running no bubble, falling sword with the leap, and the 2 shield charge dashes with the judgment condemn, but I'm not sturdy enough really to like run that. I mean, granted, that's what like the real big dogs are rocking. I might be able to get one more game in. So the person that I'm, I guess, like I'm mimicking a lot of my build around on is No Variable Problems, aka Very. Granted, like I said, he's much stronger than I am. He's around 11 carry. Oh, he's not even on, but be able to put it on. He's running right now. This is like his PvE build. But I mean, granted, like it's definitely nuking him down.
Hey, what up, man?
What up? Let's see. Hold on. There's somebody whispering here. A second ago. What it? Somebody just asked me, goes, hey, help us with some, what's booze? Like,
Darren Hollander said that the in your Gloomcast makes me sad.
yeah, I mean, I like the Gloomcast, don't get me wrong. I think I just like it a little bit for the life size. It's like the
Darren
movement
Hollander
speed.
said fighting you now.
Oh, you're fighting me now? Which one are you? You, are you Guardian? You said so am I, so I'm assuming you're playing City. Oh, the hell challenge boss?
Darren Hollander said I'm Mark.
What you got going on?
Fighting some Battleground now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Just finished. Are you on a server Central Time or?
I guess I'm East Coast. Where it all?
Oh, gotcha.
Ah, almost got you.
very sexy.
The only thing I'm seeing I'd like to put an amend on, perhaps a little more room here for the fixins. You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh, we're gonna have a lot of fixes.
We're gonna have so many fucking fixins up in this motherfucker.
Oh, couldn't get it up. Couldn't keep it up. Hell yeah. Whew. It's GG's mark.
Darren Hollander said GG dude.
I get really out of that, but I had 24 CCs up in that bitch. I want to play more PvP now. Oh. Yeah, that Juan, are you still around? Can I like show you some stuff now?
Juan said what does you say?
Are you able for me to show you some stuff or help you out with some things, and we can basically give you a little bit of a battle plan?
Juan said do I have to enter the game?
I mean, not necessarily. It'd be easier for me to like look at what you got going on, but you don't have to now. I was gonna take you maybe through like a few challenge rips.
Darren Hollander said who me?
No, sorry, I was talking to on the Twitch chat, Juan. He's a buddy of mine that I kind of met whenever I was playing Elden Ring, and basically we played lots of Elden Ring together, and I kind of showed him this game a little bit. He had made a character and kind of basically got to the story, got up to like a 200 or 300 and kind of stopped for a little while. That's also the same time that I was like not playing it, of course, but now that we're playing a lot more, he's wanting to get his character back up and going, and so Did you swap classes?
Darren Hollander said GGG and catch you next time.
Later, man. I'm gonna go do that one. Four bounties. Kind of daily dungeon. How far can I go in this thing?
Hey, did you see my build we were talking about the other day in Brawl?
No, not since the very end. Like, I mean, like, whenever we finished the last game, I didn't see it now.
Oh, I threw up 3 videos in your Wizard channel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, they're like 30 seconds or so, just to give you an idea of what the essence does.
I'll take
Because I know...
take a look. I don't want to, like, overly get everyone else's hopes up, but I'll be honest, I don't really check my Discord, like, at all.
I figured you probably didn't. That's why I was
it's
like...
more of, I used to a lot, but then it started getting to people, if like people started like arguing or complaining amongst each other for things, then they wanted me to like mediate it between it, and it could be a lot between like 2 friends. And so I was like, so now people can bitch in there. Some takes care of most of, like, if people are bitching too much, he just gets rid of it. So that's okay. So that's what you're built for. It just kind of like sends out lots of saucers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have to
we were
aim
talking
it?
about it. What's that?
Do you have to aim it?
To a degree.
Because that's my only thing is, like, what I see a lot of really, really good wizards in Brawl do is they run things to, like, just run. And, like, people will chase them and then they melt you down as you're just chasing them along. And that's the thing is about Wild Brawl, it's all about, like, a lot of times, like, they will run the invisibility because, again, if you literally think about at the end of it, it's, can you get to the darkness and can you survive in the darkness for a little while?
Yep.
And that's the thing about, nice thing about wizards is you have the ability, if someone's chasing you, you run right up to the edge of a building and teleport through it. Use your buildings to, like, gain your space between enemies.
Oh yeah, I won a match one time. We had 4 people. Like there was, I think 3 teams left. 2 people from one team, me and another guy. And the darkness was literally shrunk on top of all of us. And I was I used the Time War cloth to do the like recast on teleport. And I had the shield that, you know, the shoulder shield for it and a couple other shields. I literally teleported back and forth to generate the shield, and we all died, and I outlasted them, and the fog like literally shrunk on top of all of us. It was hilarious.
Am I mistaken, or did the original ice crystal that like you could go into make you immune?
Yeah, so the one that like was like invulnerable or whatever, where you froze yourself in a block.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's technically immunity, but it doesn't work with everything. That's the problem.
Well, those things like what I saw was like I've seen a wizard do it that way, where they just basically kind of survived like for their team, and their team went down and they survived, and then they basically like crystallized in the darkness at the end. And
yeah, I mean that could definitely work. It just sucks because it like certain knockbacks and stuff will like move you and shit. It's kind of annoying.
Will it knock you out of it?
It won't knock you out of it, but like you'll be like you can get dotted and stuff like that. So like you can die in the crystal. It doesn't really. They need a better.
So like I guess if you had like I guess the shoulders for the shield, and like so you teleport in with shield, crystal up, I mean, you're going to have the shield that's going to basically be able to take the preemptive dots that are hitting you, right?
Yeah, but it's only maybe like 20% of your health.
Oh, I know. That's the thing is, like, sometimes those dots are about, like, if you no longer are taking extra damage from, like, any other, like, normally whenever you got a dot on you, you'll start proccing other things on top of you, and that'll, like, normally take you out. Typically, dots with a shield can kind of be negated, but...
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, there's definitely... honestly, my builds, I kind of toe the line on dying a lot, which is why Brawl kind of is tough for me, because in normal stuff, I have, like, for example, my Savior pet, I have, you know, a shield with, or I'll put on...
you got a lot of more survivability with certain things, but that's where, like, what I would just see, I guess, for some of the best wizards for is, like, they just built for speed and for just being able to, like, every time they teleported as well, they were invisible, so you really couldn't see them. And then I guess, like, can that ice crystal freeze people if it's on top of them?
Loading. Said finally
it
had
chills.
the combat rating to run challenge dungeon.
I guess then if you had, like, a barb or whatever that had that thing that where it, like, freezes chilled enemies or something, like if you, like, comboed it up, because that would be something that you could actually jump yourself into the middle of, like, all of the combat and then just slow that shit down.
Well, and what works pretty well, when I screwed around with that, see, I don't really like it. I feel like it's kind of a gimmicky build, to be honest. I mean, it has its use cases, like you were saying, the instance of, like, you know, you're the last man standing kind of thing, and you just throw that up, and you're like...
Well, the thing is, about Brawl is legitimately about survival, because you can have, as long as you have a frenzy, you can pretty much have your basic attacks and bullshit and be able to knock somebody down. As long as you run your team for it, it's all about, like, controlling the enemy and surviving. Like, literally, Brawl is all about just survival. Because really, a lot of times, like, even though, like, we were playing more aggressive and running around out there, right? If you wanted to play safe and sound and win, like, 80 to 90% of yours, then literally just hug around a shrine for protection and everything else, and then if you can CC your team...
Said, should I go Tempest or back to Necro?
Yeah, I have an old Brawl build I did, and it was invisibility and shields. And basically, I always just solo queued, unless I'd get, you know, some clanmates or something to queue up with me. But when I did that one, half the time I would either be like the last 2 or 3 people, or it'd end up being like me versus a four-man group that was running. And sometimes I would win. It was kind of ridiculous because it was like, you know, you throw up a shield and you just go invisible and hide and then run around, and I could outlast them. It was kind of crazy. But at the same time, like, if you have a good group that, you know, obviously has a bunch of CC and, like, they're planning, it's pretty tough to outlast that. But it was basically the recast with teleport and invisibility. When you teleported, it was a couple different shields, and I'd have to look back at it. And then I think I actually did have Ice Crystal with the Invulnerable for a while, but back the shoulders used to, and they changed it. It was the Fortuitous Ward, Sir's Fortuitous Ward. It basically, teleport causes you to gain a shield that absorbs, you know, X amount of damage and blocks. Now it's blocks 1 total loss of control. That one used to be teleport causes you to gain a shield that absorbs basically all damage. So it was like 1 block of all damage. And if you recasted with the teleport, it generated another shield every time. But now it doesn't. It still does the shield, but it only blocks based on your total damage, which kind of sucks. So back when it was invulnerable, though, like, I'd cast teleport, do the recast, and basically have 2 blocks of immunity and total loss of control, which was huge. And that stacked well with, like, the Ice Crystal. They added though. I don't know if you've checked it out. I know it's been a while since you played Wizard. They do have the 30% damage reduction with ice armor. So that one's pretty good.
But what about the what about the one that leaves a disintegrating like clone behind you?
That one is a chess piece, so you couldn't do that with the ice crystal.
That's what I'd be like dope is like basically you build up a clone and then just.
Oh, wait, actually, you know what it might be? That might be the shoulders.
That's the thing is like if I was playing Wizard back in the day, because it's been a long time since I played Wizard.
Oh yeah, that's shoulders. Yeah.
But like I was a real big. I mean, I was a beam wizard, and then I also went to a little bit of like kind of a firestorm. Like basically, I would run like a 4 gloom, and then I would drop all my firestorm right there to kind of like hold them there, because this is before they actually had where arcane wind could freeze people. And I would basically drop all my stuff on them and then teleport away, which would kind of basically activate the gloom, and then the firestorm would then kind of rip at them. I did that with a freeze one for a little while too, and then I haven't gone back for it. But like when I was playing the crystal, I mean, yeah, putting that out there early, if I knew that like there'd be other classes that would like somehow could like reflect off of it or channel of it, I've always thought about it like, what if I could be the guy, or what if I could be like say you picked like a couple other beam wizards, and then you had one person be the crystal, so they actually could like shoot off of a correct one and know where it's going.
Yeah, you could do that for sure. I know you probably watched the first video. Did you see the one of me doing the challenge rift? That's what really shows what the actual disintegrate does on enemies. It basically both the arcane wind and that disintegrate, it bounces between enemies. It's not AoE, but like if you aim it and it hits the first enemy, it'll bounce off of all the other enemies. Disintegrate, it stacks up to damage increase against them, and then the arcane wind one immobilizes. So like essentially if they get hit with it the first time, it just does the damage. The second time it immobilizes them. So basically you can run around and just kite enemies as far as like the challenge rifts or other stuff, but
also now, like, I mean, I'll be honest, the most annoying thing about these wizards right now is that they're running this bullshit that they throw on the ground, and I can't use any of my skills, I can't do any of my abilities, I'm just stuck there. That is really cancerous. Like, I love it for the wizards, for like, it's an amazing CC. I mean, I can't use a skill. So like literally you can keep like Crusaders or whatever like held down where they can't bubble. What's that one on? What essence is that for? Is that Black Hole or is that Arcane Wind? That's what Soj is always rocking.
That's a good question. There's probably 3 or 4 things it could be. So a lot of people, is it electricity? Because a lot of people,
it looks like a purple swirl kind of thing. Purple and like. But again, it makes it where no enemy inside can use skills or move. Really, it made it it blinds us. Slow time.
Yeah, that's slow time. It makes everything look black. I think that's probably the slow time with the essence for your helm that makes it it generates, it's the loom. I think slow time now generates a darkened realm, disabling the use of skills and basic attacks and greatly reducing the vision of any enemies inside the realm.
That right there, I kid you not, would be the most meta thing for Brawl, because if you could basically just run that and run survivable and just like play for around your team, that's the thing, is like when someone tries to run, they can't, they're stuck there. And that's the biggest thing about Brawl is like, if you hit up and hit an enemy, you have to be able to like keep them like there. That's where like my Crusader, I was running the glare that would just like basically immobilize every time that I got up near somebody. I mean, I really wasn't running a whole lot of damage on my build. I was just really running things to either shield or weaken the enemy, as well as like stunning them down, because that's where you're going to get your kills, is if you stun and then your other team stuns and that kind of stuff. But the wizard alone can basically hold someone down with that ability right there really well. Because the thing is about in Wild Brawl, you don't even have the resistance to fight back against it well.
Yeah, and the video that I posted, it was the second one, is so I was using Thistle Bloom with the freeze. So basically I can spam Thistle Bloom. It's the Arcane Wind, like large tornado. So I thought that worked pretty well because it keeps people in place and it freezes them.
Well, the thing about it is though, it's that other one that is super clutch against Tempest or any other like Wraith form or whatever that can basically, or bubble, because like I can't even bubble the team if you've got me in it. Like it just like, even though I'm stuck there, I can't see nor use a skill.
The biggest problem with it though is that like it has a pretty long cooldown, and it's not that like I'll actually, let me put it on here. I'm kind of curious.
I mean, if you think about, well, also Wild Brawl, how often are you in immediate back-to-back fights? You got about like 15 to 20 seconds, sometimes more, between fights.
Yeah, it's a 16-second cooldown, and it lasts 4 seconds. So,
but that's
yeah,
enough to
it's
like
definitely
lock a whole team down to like mow them down.
The problem is that you really have to be like central, like, and drop it right where they're gonna fight. It's not that hard to run out of it. I mean, I face people all the time in BG that use that, and they never get me in it. Like I'm usually running, but see, I'm always moving though too. So
I mean, things like I'm always moving too, but it really depends on the classes. That like the thing is like what you're gonna benefit from is being able to like stop big barbs in there, because big barbs in there are so hard to like get killed, right? And also basically, I mean, any other the type of class for it. I mean, if your teammates are getting like hooked up with it, all you got to know is like to drop that on your teammates. Either the enemy's going to run off of them, or they're going to get caught in it, and then the tables can turn.
Yeah, I definitely would be interested in trying it. The biggest thing is so we coordinate. So I think like with you it'd be great. With other teams, like the same thing with my current build though. Like if I'm in a chat with a group and they know what I'm gonna drop, like it totally changes the game.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people just don't pay attention, or like we were chasing you the other day, and I chased you down and killed you, and then I was like, they're gonna res Krog, and then I was about to die from chasing you and fighting, and I had to go heal, and the rest of the team let you res,
Well,
like stuff like that.
I got down there. My only goal to get down there was one, separate you guys a little bit away from the enemy, and
we were trying to get that frenzy.
And they get that frenzy. As long as I got that frenzy, I was like, all right, they can be okay. They can probably come back and get me.
Yep, I was like, fuck, he's going for the frenzy. And
I'm a runner. I'm a track star. I'm a runner.
Right.
And that's what
you grabbed it, but
me and that horse, we were gone. I was like, I know that I was getting ready to go. I already hit Glad, and I was like, I'm going to touch this thing and just pray that I can get that frenzy in time.
Yeah, and those matches are fun. I mean, I that was a fun match for sure. It was pretty close too.
You got definitely a lot more intense for it.
Some mages just effed us up though, for sure.
Oh, I mean that's the thing. So that's the other cases for it. I think that honestly, I'd like to almost test that sometime. I wonder if the mages can't like use skills inside of it.
No, I don't think they can.
Because that's the thing about
yeah, I don't know. Actually.
Okay, so like the build that Sum was rocking for it is the one that like Norman showed me and I showed him. So the thing about that build, the actual it's a puppet build, meaning like the Necromancer only has Wraith form to get away from you. No bone armor, no nothing. So it is literally like that build. You just sit there and just summon up to an army of 8 or so mages, let them get as big as they can, and then they like shoot from super far away. The thing about it is, those mages, he's using his bone armor to make them immune to a damage whenever you get on top of them. After a few seconds or so, if you are able to like get in there and you kill them, that he can't generate enough mages back if you kill his army. So it's all about like, or say that you are fighting us for that one, and you know that some or I are running that like portion of a build, or a couple of us are running that. Go and try to almost like literally spawn where we're at, because they start out with 1 mage at the beginning. They have to build it. Now when it's finally built, it's extremely strong, and you're gonna need some way to like counter that damage while getting close enough to getting those mages killed. Do not like just fleeing from the mages. They have almost an 80-yard range.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just because like whenever you make them so large, they why try loading? Y'all want to do I think there's like either Vanguard or Burge is something's back up. It must be Vanguard. Yeah, we can do Vanguard.
The one thing we were talking about though is that you were talking about my build doesn't do a lot of damage, and that's the one thing that I will say though, the Disintegrate and the Arcane Wind on that build, it actually does a ton of damage.
Well, that's okay. The only reason I was talking about for the portion of the damage is because again, you got to remember, you're in Wild Brawl, so all power is super scaled down, right? So anytime that you're able to actually stack multiple types of essences for the same one, like it's almost where you can run like multiple different build or multiple different essences and kind of run just like 1 or 2 essences for things for it, right? Whereas inside Wild Brawl, the more you stack to like one type of essence, the stronger that hits, because of like you're no longer getting the extra resonance or anything else that's boosting up all of your skills. And let's go to Wizard right now. So let's see, Wizard always had, you ran a portion on the pants, and that's like the biggest portion of why it's so much damage is because it's in Brawl, it's an affix of plus 90. So that's where the pants, the Arcane Torrent, also fires tracking missiles that seek out enemies, dealing 21,000 something damage, but the damage increase is by 90%. So that 90, so either that, or if you did maybe the other essence for the medley, the Arcane Wind or Arcane Torrent hits the enemy 4 times, will take an additional burst. That one's okay. The only bad part is like you're not always getting that 90% pop because it has to hit 4 times before it does. Whereas the Arcane Torrent, every missile's hitting for 90% every time. And then so you have that plus your Rift Carver, which is going to give you like an extra 10, 15 or so from just like the abilities on it. Here we go. Yeah, you get damage increased by 18%. So you're getting a 90 plus an 18. And then if we stack on, is there any other essence we can put on for it? It's more of like, I ran like 4 essences for like Shield Glare, that last one for it. And it by far was like my biggest hitter. It's just like, it doesn't work necessarily in regular PvP. And Wild Brawl though, you'll see a drastic difference. Or if you can like put everything into Arcane Wind or something like that, or just try to focus more around one skill, and then the rest of it make it more survivability. And you're gonna see a big damage output of it just in Brawl.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with some of the different stuff. Honestly, the one thing that I like is just the build that I usually have been using since they came out with Terminus Facade. It's the helm that basically gives you infinite cast. Like all your abilities cool down all your other abilities. So that helm is kind of like integral to the build. And so, I mean, I substitute different things for it. So like, I could continually cast ice armor, potentially. Or like I could continually cast, you know, on that one that I was using, I could continually cast Disintegrate, Lightning Nova, and Arcane Wind. And so if I put something where Arcane Wind's going to do CC, I use my other two skills to do the damage, and then Arcane Wind, whatever I substitute, you know, for whatever essence is. So yeah, there's a lot of flexibility with it. The problem
Do you
is
have to
that
be
that's-
there for like, essentially, like you have to kind of like be sitting kind of close by and casting at them, right?
No, so that's the nice thing is that like, if you look at the dummy build that I did, I know you're in game and stuff, but if you get a chance to look at the second video, and I have Colossus engine, but it shows like it gives you an idea of how the distance of how far, because it shows the little arrow and I target.
Yeah, but
That's how far Disintegrate will cast.
but you have to be that close though, right?
Not for Arcane Wind, no. Like you can cast.
No,
Arcane
when we're
Wind.
talking about Disintegrate though, like get all your damage out there. You got to get close to me though, right? I mean, you got to get
No,
within
like
10 yards, 10, 20 yards.
I'd say probably 15 to 20.
Like,
So if you
it's
look
like-
at it, the one video
From
it
that
shows
corner
the-
to that dummy right there, if you are that close to me, you're likely going to get caught with some CC. And that's one thing about Wizard. You are a glass cannon style. You need to be able to, like, almost like the range that you could normally drop, like Arcane Wind or Meteor or so, you need to be able to, like, stay back similar to that.
Yeah, so the Arcane Wind.
Alright, I'm asking out
it's
in the
hard.
chat if y'all don't want to go.
I wish we could just duel.
I know.
It sucks. Because Gad was saying the same thing, and he was like, "Let's duel. You're never gonna take me." And I know it doesn't really matter, but you actually see it in my video. I have a 5-win streak against him. I won all 5 of our matches, and I know I've got.
He was
more,
also, when he gets that late, he gets that.
No, I know.
The
but
2 sheets
I-
to win.
Right, but the thing was that like he's a satyr, and you know, obviously he could survive, but no, like he couldn't touch me. Like that's the thing is like he's like, dude, how you're so fast, and you can just basically kite me around, and I can't even touch you. And I'm like, I know, like you can't get in range, and that's the same thing. Like I get what you're saying, like. It really does have a lot of range, especially with the Disintegrate doesn't look like it would have that much range, but it's actually got a huge distance. And you can actually put on like increase by 29% range. So stack that with Colossal Engine and you've got a huge range. But that's from the corner there. But the blue arrow shows how far it actually will cast. It's just hard because I do it so fast in that video. But it was the second one that gives a good idea of like the Arcane Wind, but you can cast Arcane Wind from a pretty far distance because it's like not the tornado, but whatever it's called. I don't know what they actually name it. Let's see. But it's Thistlebloom, and Thistlebloom by itself isn't that great. It's a storm that grows over time, so you can cast it, and then for like 3 seconds, it's gonna grow and pull in enemies. So that one's good for the CC though. But yeah, it's just it's hard to really get an idea of what it's like. But the nice thing is that if you're in a group and you cast Thistlebloom, it's gonna grow and like pull everybody in. But I can cast it like 5 times in one spot. So like basically, it's gonna freeze people. It's gonna do a ton of damage, and then obviously like they can't just move out of it because it tries to pull them in.
Well, I mean,
So
but if you have a Tempest is going to flowing strike out, like I can bubble us inside of it though, because I can still use my abilities. That's the biggest thing is like, and if you have a dash or a way to like get yourself out of it that way for it, I still think that the slow time then it might be your better shot for it, just because like I would look at it more of like trying to help support around your play or your team to like capitalize on a kill. Because the thing is, if everyone has a little bit of CC or more than like a lot of times I will run with more CC just so that way a lot of times my other teammates aren't running it enough and then really holding somebody down.
Well, that's why I actually substitute out Arcane Wind for just the base Frostfield. It's got a huge area, but you have to time the cast. But if you've got the cooldown with the helm, that basically I can cast Frostfield once every second. So essentially, if your group is all in one area, I can cast and freeze everybody. Yeah, so that is a nice one, but I wasn't running that the other day. But I actually like that too. That helps a lot. So you could see, and the problem is that you can't do the slow time with the cooldowns for your skills. But the Arcane Wind has
Except
a
I'm taking this other
range.
person, buddy.
Loading.
What's that?
Said I'm coming.
Sorry.
What's that?
I was basically like, I was asking Loading if he's coming to this Vanguard. If not, I was going to accept that other random invite. Sorry, but go ahead. And I was listening. It was more of like we were just waiting on this group right here. All right.
I was just saying Lightning Nova has a huge range for damage. That's the one nice thing is like if you get somebody chasing you like a Tempest. Tempests try to target me all the time in Battlegrounds. And dude, if they get solo against me, like I will practically insta kill them. Because that's how hard my Lightning Nova hits. So that's like where I don't even really worry about Tempest unless they have Zephyr Surge or whatever, where they're basically like just dashing back and forth on you continuously. I don't know what the essence is for that or whatever.
That's just like a lot of times like Flowing Strike, Breaker.
You can't target them or whatever.
Oh, that's Squall.
That's the biggest one that causes a problem for me. Because like my skills basically aren't going to hit them until that's done.
You got Ice Armor?
And then no.
Oh yeah.
But after that's done, if I survive, like they'll burn my Savior or Glad, they pretty much die. Like because they can't do anything after that because all my skills basically will just kill them. But it's like one of those like if they can outlast that, if I can survive that, then I'm good. But if not, I'm out. Yeah, so I'll play around with it though for sure. If we I
want to see you like you can make a full damage build for it, but I think it's like if you're not gonna do as much of the damage for it, then you need to be able to like completely just solid up and then support with that team for it. Because that's the thing is like whenever you were playing with like Summon Eye the other night for it, it would have been much better probably if you were rocking the more of a controls type of style, especially since like Lady and them are like watching our fight. And especially if you're on the stream with me, a lot of times people get really upset by like every time when I post out that link and then they are going to watch where we're at. So it's almost like you need a quick like almost black hole type of build to like be able to like gather up everyone for us and then give us some time or whatever to like we'll be able to play.
Well, that's what Thistlebloom does.
Say what?
Have you seen? That's what Thistlebloom does. It works like black hole.
Yeah, but it just holds them in there, right? Can they still swing?
Well, it freezes.
How long
so I've got
for?
the Alder Crystal. It freezes for. So basically, it pulls them in, and then if they're chilled, which is what I had on my other skills, Arcane Wind freezes chilled enemies for 2.4 seconds. It can't occur more than once every 3 seconds or 5 seconds on players. So basically, if they're in there, they're chilled for a couple seconds, and then a few seconds later, you can chill them again. So as long as I can keep casting and my other skills chill, pretty much I can continuously keep them CC'd.
Well, we also now have don't we? I wonder if it applies in Brawl where like whenever you get continuously CC'd by something, you get the what is it? You get resistant to it somehow, or a little bit of it.
Yeah, in our match, I did throw on Frostfield in the one match because I landed a couple Frostfields, and I remember some was like, "Dude, nice Frostfield," because I dropped it on their entire team. and we won a couple of matches, you know, against people. It wasn't. We lost 3 matches in a row against those guys, Lady Dior, but I think it's because they were watching.
Oh, of course
Like,
they're watching, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, but that's where we want to. You got more or less. We plan for those type of fights for it, and we expect that to happen. So that's where we just want to be able to like have everybody. Yeah, diminishing returns. That's what it is. We want to have everybody like coordinated up around. Normally, some is the killer, and half time I will like play just more. I'm gonna play around the shrines. So that's where, I mean, again, I can't tell you how many times that stupid thing that I can't use my skills in, and it blinds me. Because the problem is like, it's like, yes, you're CC'd a little bit for that portion of it, but even when I'm not CC'd, just not being able to use my skills or see, I don't know where things are at. I don't know if I want to be able to like, I mean, I can't like kind of move myself towards the correct direction of it.
Yeah, I'll work on a build with this. I'm pretty good at like synergy with builds.
I mean, like,
so,
if you're playing regular PvP, I would recommend, like, that would be the build that I would base yourself around, just super survivable, and then being able to get close enough, dropping, like, that's what literally, like, Soj and these other, like, wizards that I keep seeing, they're doing, and, like, I mean, it's disrupting a lot of the team chemistry, because it holds you there, you can't see, and you can't cast any skill. That's the biggest thing. So I can't bubble the team to try to, like, just last through the fight of it. I basically just have myself just like, I can't tell you how many times I've been killed by that stupid thing just because I can't bubble or use a skill to get myself out.
Yeah, and what we've played, I mean, honestly, we've only played maybe
A few of the games, but I mean,
yeah, probably
while
like
I'm
5
back, I mean, I do play a lot of Brawl.
See, I see Soj a lot in PvP, but I usually win against him. I mean, I don't know if that means anything.
I know Soj just got a real high resonance account now. But every time I see that stupid little like circle thing out there and it gets me caught in there and I can't see shit. All the thing I'm thinking is, where's that fucking wizard at? Like, where is he at? Like, I want him now because I can't see and my team is now like getting just killed because the other team's like collapsing on me. Is he just AFK attacking him now, or what?
Loading. Said they guy only basic attacks. I didn't see him cast shit.
Do you know the next event that's gonna be available for, like, was it Conquer? Or does it rotate? Conquer.
I bet you it'll be Conqueror.
Yeah, it's definitely my least favorite out of the ones they do.
The only bad part about, like, I don't ever get a chance to do any Conqueror because I normally I log on about around like 9 or so. 9 p.m., which would be basically the server. It already ends when Battlegrounds like basically kick in the evening.
Yo.
Yeah, loading. They're here just for the ride.
Have you tried out the new gem?
Oh, I have it at rank 10. Love it.
Yeah.
Super strong. I mean, it's roughly a blood-soaked J 2-star. It's not, I guess, active 100% of the time, but I mean, basically it gives you either a massive surge of damage increase or decreased, and also it fears the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about what I could replace it with. That's the problem, is like what to sub it in for.
What do you got on you?
It depends on what I'm doing, but I've got Bottled Hope, BSJ, Roiling, Colossus, Void, and then I kind of substitute either chip, depending on what, you know, CC I've got, freeze or whatnot. I'll put on Mother's Lament, and then
Mother's has got, it used to be amazing, but then they did stripe the shit out of it. So
yeah,
PvP,
it really
it's
depends
like
on.
it's much less than PvP.
But I've been using Cold Confidant lately, and that actually is good for CC.
I would try rocking your chip and then replacing that Mother's with that new gem, because it automatically is going to proc that fear. So you're going to get that chip proc off of that gem. I mean, think about it like it is, like most of my big pops really come around as long as I can get my chip to activate. Because then if you just stack up everything on it for popping with that chip, it melts you down. Because I think also nice thing about the chip is everybody else's damage can get basically stacked into it with you for the pop.
Are you, I mean, in like BGs or something, I mean, you're sacrificing res or no? Like you use it?
Oh yeah, I mean, like my resonance total is 9,300. I'm running right now PvP at 8,273.
It's probably worth it though. I mean, because obviously match.
I mean, like, so like I have an RC that's ranked 7, 4 out of 5 that I'm using. So that's definitely another person that's like taking quite a bit of mine away. But I mean, overall, today is my first day of actually really getting to play this Crusader in PvP, because I got Mastery last night. And I mean, we didn't win all my games by no means. I wasn't able to hold down, but I mean, I was averaging a minimum of like 6 kills against some of the real big guys. I mean, I think it's like I could make mine hit really, really hard. Because I also stacked a lot of potency for mine. Crusader is a very heavily potency-based class.
What's your? I mean, I don't know. I don't really look at a lot of damage things for what people do, but like if you're just, you know, testing on the dummy, yeah, if you're just doing consistent damage, like what's your, like, say, minute after all your stuff procs and everything, and it kind of, what's your consistent, like, you know, DPS?
I haven't actually, I guess, tested it since I've gotten the Mastery level 4 yet. I mean, before, I took some photos. I mean, this is before, this is Mastery like 2 or 3. I was doing it at 30-second intervals. Because that's how I test mostly for my PvP. If I'm like looking at that portion, because you're not gonna fight nobody for a fucking minute.
Right, it's like your burst. The reason I like to test that is because
I mean, I'll run it out for longer, but it really is about your burst.
See, in the build that I've usually been running, if I do a minute, I'll average out about 6 to 8 million, but I'll burst for 20 million. Like, so it's hard to judge. If I do a minute though, it'll consistently be like 7 or 8.
Said I test SEC mostly.
And as a wizard,
mostly. So yeah, I run about like 10 to 20 seconds. Just kind of see how much fall off I have. So here is in the picture, I guess I have for 20 seconds. I got 64 mil, and this is like before. Oh, this is when I was playing Necro too. And then 60.2 mil. Again, I gotta go see what my Crusader is. Hold on, I gotta go finish the.
Oh yeah, I always go by DPS, like damage. I never pay attention to total damage. I always look at DPS.
So like, what I really actually look at is the individual skills of how much damage they do. I mean, here's a picture. This is when I was playing Necro. And I was testing out some stuff. I mean, granted, then some sent me a picture of what his did, and it's like close to like a bill.
Yeah, in 20 seconds, I did 111 mil. But that, I think in that PvP video that I was doing on the dummy, it was doing like 5.5 mil a second or something like that.
But also, I mean, granted, our resonances are a little bit different between each other.
Right, right. It's tough to judge on the dummy versus like something like Brawl or whatever. I was just curious in general because I don't really, I don't watch a ton of other people's videos as far as like just testing damage and stuff. And it's hard to know where you're standing. But I mean, obviously, if you just were doing a wizard that was like 10k versus a wizard that's 5k, to know the damage difference and stuff, it's kind of interesting to figure out what's the resonance versus what's the build and shit like that.
So I would look at how much like one skill is gonna do. Like for Crusader, everything really revolves around my condemn, right? So my condemn is really what I like, the skill that I'm trying to actually stack up to do the work. So just like a necromancer, they want to stack into their either their corpse lance or their like basically it really depends on like what your biggest hitter is.
Man, so they need to add that to the game just in general, a test, a cross server like challenge. That'd be nice, just a duel.
I used to do cross server challenge and actually had like prizes out for it.
How'd you set it up?
So basically, just through the stream, I had 3 or 4 other like bigger Diablo streamers at that point, and we kind of put our heads together. What we did for that one was and it wasn't like a fun challenge, but it definitely was something that we could basically like test across the board. We did the longest solo endless defense. So it was more like and this is way before like targeting. This is like early, unfortunately. So I used to do like other types of things. Hell, back in the day, I used to have Krog challenges every like Friday, where I would put up a $20 Battle.net gift card, and then we would play like. Basically, it was like after PvP, and there really wasn't anything else to do besides just go farm. We would we'd create like fun games, or I guess I can call them fun, but we'd play like, we had a couple of guys that would be the referees, and we played tag. We played hide and go seek one time. The one that like was the biggest fail that everybody was like, we gotta try this. They wanted us to go into Ancient Arena or the Ancient Cradle or whatever. Not the Cradle, but the one that like is a free for all PvP, right?
The chess one with the boss, and then
They wanted to basically, because we would go into other like hells to do these events, so that way we wouldn't be interrupted. We'd go to like really low hells, right? Where nobody else like 'Cause, I mean, back in the day, like if you wanted to go to different hells, that would allow you to like basically have your own farm kind of area. Like if somebody was like already taking all of like I-6 or whatever around, you could go to I-5 and farm there and get more legendaries and that kind of stuff. But so we would go to like early hell levels, or we would even go to like, where is this map? Or what's the starting area that you never go back to again?
Worthen.
Yeah, so we did a lot of our events there because no one would. Things like if they watched the stream, they could figure out where we were at. But people started catching on, and they wanted to troll the events more, and they couldn't have time find where we were at because we wouldn't tell them like where everyone was at unless you were watching. But the one that failed, that was the worst of it, was they wanted to have naked arenas. Basically, like we just took off every piece of gear and we just fought like with basic skills, right?
Yep.
The server got a hold of like where we were at, and it was a bloodbath. They came to troll hard.
For sure.
And
See, I like that with tower wars or tower battles for different control. The final matches we used to set up with clans where we just do naked tower battles. It was pretty fun, but there'd always be one person that joined with all their shit on, and then they just wrecked everybody, and we were like, did you not get the memo?
we can do fractured plane races. That's another one that I did across server. Now that I guess now we can all pick a class, we could actually do it like as a, we can make it a little bit more fair. Because some classes get like much easier like advantages, but we used to do like, we'd all, let me see if I got the TikTok video.
Can we queue for everything in anything in a party and like actually battle? There's nothing that there's no way like a workaround or anything is there.
I mean, if you want, we could do one of these challenges.
Fractured plane is currently open BTW.
I know, that's what I said. I was just thinking that too. Like, Fracture's actually open. We could do a Krog challenge tonight. This is what a Krog challenge looks like. So everybody got in Discord and they shared their screen.
Okay, yeah.
And then we did it. We also made a rule though that you, if you died, you lost. So you couldn't die. Is that video even loading for you?
No.
You got a TikTok or no?
Yeah.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
I mean, if you go to like, if you want to go to my here, this one might be. This one at least I think works.
I think it's gonna load though. Let's see, I'm doing it on the actual TikTok.
That video might be bugged. That other one works, even though it's got a weird sound.
It loaded. It loaded after I opened it in the app. Yeah.
Ancient Cradle new PvP. Is that up right now?
Instructions call. I think it is. Or it ends at like, is it midnight or is it up at midnight or something?
Ancient
Can we
Cradle?
join? Is that? You think we could join together? I thought it was. I don't know how that works.
Said not, it's over.
Captain said it's over.
Said ends at M.
And just ended then.
Captain Annoyed. Said starts at PM.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's 12 to 1. That actually might be a good way to go, though. I just don't know how you like join it together. It's not like Alley where you can time the pops.
Oh, but it's cross server. Some says. The new PvP one.
Yeah, but I just don't know how you like queue because it's not like
We could, I mean, like party up across server and go in there.
Would we be on the? But then we'd be on the same team. I guess I was thinking like if you wanted to try to like duel or like compete.
Captain Annoyed said they made it cross
I'm
server
curious
now
now
in
if we
last
could
update.
find that.
What's your
Captain
resonance at?
Annoyed said it wasn't T before.
Depends on what I'm doing, but 5,000 to 6,000 roughly.
Okay, it's not bad, but also, I mean, like, you're just gonna like, I feel like you're gonna feel it really fast. All right, so wait, what do I got?
I will fight anybody though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I mean,
I
I
will
will
fight
too.
at 10K. Like, I don't care. I mean, I'll take out 10Ks and
So wait, does everybody have Barb? Or do you? How do you change this? Is that? I heard that you change this.
Loading. Said yes, Krog, you have to play Barb.
Okay, cool. As long as everyone else has to play Barb too.
Said you cannot change.
So what if we did? Some says hi, Captain, in some language. Oh, I got Survivor's Bane's even up? Okay. Alright, what if we did... We could do a... Who all has not done their Fractured Planes?
Captain Annoyed said tell him GF.
He said good fight. Some. We could do a $40 prize pool. Who's interested? We need you'd have to be able to join Discord, be able to share your screen. You can't die. If you die, you lose. And it's the fastest time of like all of us to run. We'd all start at the same time. We'd all share our screen. I'll put it up on the stream. Who's interested? I mean, if you haven't done it, it's already good use for basically doing it and finishing it because there's going to be free legendaries and that kind of stuff. And you can win $40 cash prize.
I'd be interested. I don't do Barb's enough though.
Exactly. I mean, like I haven't played Barb and I can't tell you how long either. So that's where like it's I mean, granted, you're given the essences that like they give you. So it's all a little bit of luck too. All right, I got one contestant. I need at least 2 more, and I'll be down to do it.
You said post on Discord?
So basically, you'll share your screen on Discord. Basically, I'll put up all of the streams together, and people are going to be able to watch all of them at once.
Captain Annoyed said I haven't done it yet.
Well, come on, Captain. This will be right up your alley. You're pretty witty and crafty on some builds. Alright, there's 2 technically that want to play.
Captain Annoyed.
Alright, I got a challenger for
said
you.
in middle of purge.
Alright.
I don't know if he's gonna join or not though. He's always like topping out on our fractured plane. So I told him he should do it. Leaderboard. We doing practice runs, or is it like
Nope.
one
It's
time?
like we all can't practice run at all because you can't like already start at it, really.
And I'll give it a go.
Just gotta do some daily stuff.
I'm over here advertising.
Somebody joined. Who joined up? Captain?
Oh, yeah, Captain's here. All right, let's see. Let's see. I need to put the links on here.